Hey, Drew here, bringing you another article summary here. This is from a HBR article, Harvard Business Review article called How to Excel at Both Strategy and Execution. This is a little bit older article, but it's great if you've never read it before. Great research in here. It tells us that only about 8% of all CEOs have the ability to, or effectively, succeed at strategy and execution. So that's most of us, right? I know for myself, the strategy part comes more naturally. The envisioning the future that I want to see comes more naturally. It's that execution and breaking it into bite-sized chunks that I had to learn over time. And this is the time of the year, right? January, February, you're doing your, whether it's a growth playbook, a strategic planning session, whatever you want to call it. This is when my clients are bringing me in to do these strategy sessions and help them put together a plan for the next year, the next 3 to 4 years. Anyhow, what the CEO, this article is largely about Howard Schultz, the former CEO, the founder of Starbucks, and what he desired to create. So his strategy, his vision was to create a third space, so a space that was outside of the home and outside the office. And so anyways, for this bold vision to be realized, it is necessary to have both a very ambitious objective and a well-conceived method for achieving that destination. So the goal was to do that, and I think they've effectively done it over the years, that and more probably. Only 28% of employees, the article reads, only 28% of the employees believe they are completely connected to the vision and identity of their firm. So that's just statistics at broad. Only 28% of employees feel connected. So those of us that are in that executive role and that leadership role within an organization, it's vitally important for us to connect people to the overall vision. What part are they playing? We're seeing all this transference, people moving from one organization to another. And when I'm having coaching sessions with leaders that are deciding to make moves, many times, I'll tell you right now, many times it is because they do not feel connected. We as individuals, as human beings, we have a desire to be needed and known. And when we spend a majority of our time awake in the workplace with our coworkers in someone else's organization, we want to feel needed in that organization and we want to feel known in that organization. So I'm constantly telling my clients to connect with their team members, their employees, their partners. Starbucks calls them partners. Whatever you call the folks that are working with you to achieve that goal. I think language matters. I think it's important to use words like partners and team member, but even more importantly than that, it's to take the time to be interested in the folks that work with you and are helping you accomplish this vision or this dream that you've laid out. So let's up those ratios of connecting employees. Well, how do we do this? This means that you must be very clear on the approach and what it will take to achieve success. Your team members need to know how they play a vital role in achieving that success, whatever it may be. If you can connect that, many people, just from a human behavior standpoint, about 70% of the population, they don't like change. They don't want to change jobs. They don't want to go work somewhere else. They don't want to make new friends. They don't want to make new coworkers. They don't want to figure out a new way of doing things. So if 70% of your people don't want to leave, like they're inclined to not leave, all you have to do is create a place that makes them feel welcome, that makes them want to go to work. So connect them to the vision, care about them, show them that they're needed in the organization, and then know them, right? Try to get to know them. There are great questions in the summary as well that I have available. Oh, if you want a copy of the summary, I'll send you a PDF. Just message me either in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube or just direct message me on LinkedIn. But here are a couple questions, and then I'll shut it down. It says, does your company have visible programs, for example, particular new technology, new procedures, or training programs in place to develop the core competencies that it requires to compete? Are you helping your people get better at what you want them to do? Is how I would say that question. Number 2, are you making precise links between your strategy and your budgeting process so that you may reallocate cash to the areas that are most important to you? Right? When we're thinking about strategic planning, we've got to think about how we're strategically sending money in the places that we say are a priority. We've got to be intentional about that. And then finally, is it true that you have procedures in place to transform the plan into personal objectives and rewards for managers and employees? So the strategy, what you're putting together for your team, what you're asking of your team. Are you thinking of ways to incentivize that and help them prioritize that within their day? I hope you found this beneficial, and it's a great article, but you don't have to read the entire article. We do that for you. Our team does that for you. You can just get the free summary if you message me. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.